it's Lori here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, it's all about ducks. Well, cleaning the brooder. So you'll see me clean a dirty brooder. You'll see me here put together how we put together and what we've done and worked for our brooder. If you're new to Michelle and I's channel, we want to say hi and welcome. We're so thankful to have you here. We are twin sisters sharing our lives following Jesus. And I am recently getting into homesteading. God changed my heart 4 years ago around homeschooling my girls, which has been an amazing journey on its own. So those videos will be coming. But right now, our current journey is getting a bigger piece of property, more land, and so our first ever farm animal. We have 2 dogs, but learning how to take care of ducklings has been so much fun on its own. Of course, it comes with challenges, but it's something that Michelle and I don't mind doing. Like, I do not mind, and she would agree, we don't mind taking care of things, animals. We didn't grow up with farm animals per se, but we grew up with horses. Our 2 older sisters loved horses, so we were always out at a barn pretty much from morning to night, almost every single day it felt like. And then Michelle and I just have learned to grow and love and take care of things, and we love taking care of horses. We weren't so much into riding them, we just really liked taking care of them. And as I had kids, and now we homeschool, and all of their friends have chickens or goats or something, or cows or horses, and they over the years have really, God has to surprisingly, changed my heart around getting more land, which all of this that we've done so far is something I never thought possible, but God definitely knew what I needed and what this family needed, and we are excited to bring you guys along this journey with us. Alright, so this is a little layout. So we're going to kind of go over everything kind of here so you can get a feel for everything that we've used for the first 2.5 weeks of having these baby ducklings. So when we first got them, you saw in our video, we put them in this small black tote. This is a 27-gallon tote, but then we realized it still just wasn't, I felt like, enough space, so we moved up to a 77-gallon tote. And then after a week of having them, we end up getting 2 because it is so much easier while they're in one to go ahead and prep the second one. So when it's time to change, clean out their brooder, you just put them into a brand new one, and then you can, casually go and clean the old one. Versus in the past, when we first got it, you saw in the videos, is that they were in here, and then we would just temporarily put them in at the little one while we cleaned out the big one. But I felt like that was just too much for the ducks, and it has worked out so much better. So I highly recommend getting 2 brooders that are the same size, so you can just literally put them from one to the next while you clean out the other, versus having them in a temporary hold. I felt like has worked out better for us, and I feel like it's less stressful also for the ducks. So next up, I'm going to show you how we set up a nice clean brooder for the ducks. Now this is a chore. Taking care of the ducks is a chore that I heavily put on my 2 daughters. Not only is it because they really wanted farm animals, but I also am a believer that it is great to show them that they are part of this family. They can contribute to this family. Not only do they do other chores inside the home, but this is something I wanted to add on to them to show them that, hey, you can do this too. And they've been really having fun with it. They have really taken charge with it. So I can't wait to see the character development and how God works in their hearts through taking care of these ducklings. Of course, I am here and I help out as much as I can because, like I said earlier, I like doing this stuff too. I know people say, don't get ducks first. They're super messy and hard, but I actually find that doesn't bother me. That they're ducks. That's just what they do, and we researched it, and we do plan on get chickens later, but I just wanted to start with ducks. I like duck eggs, and I just think ducks are a lot of fun, even though they're messier. I don't mind that. So in the videos that you have seen already and that you're kind of, we'll do some highlights of where it began. We started off and my kids helped think of all this and they helped me watch different videos, and we really did our research as best we could to figure out what we wanted to do. But I also told the kids, you watch from others, you get tips from others, but also you can learn a lot by actually doing it yourself, and you tweak the process as you go. And that's happily what we've been doing. We also, when we started, we liked putting down paper towels down first as something to absorb the water and helps a little bit with the cleanup. Now this works great. We over time had to just shorten how much paper towels we did and stick it just to the middle here because the ducks would find it and try to eat it. So we just, again, we learned and trial and error. My kids figured it out. We decided to put the paper towels just in the middle. So you can do that. That works great. And the other thing that we have totally loved, we got this from some other people off YouTube. They recommend just using these shelf liners. They're soft, they're rubbery, they don't move, the ducks won't, it doesn't get slippery so they won't slip and fall. So what we did was we just put this right over the paper towels, and then we had baking sheet trays, and that's what we put the water on to help catch some of the water. Eventually we would like to do the paint tray, a lot of people recommend, but right now we haven't tried that yet. The baking sheet has been working great. But this works great. They're getting a little bit bigger and the smell is can be a little bit more intense at times. We're trying out the hemp bedding, and the reason why I again went with hemp bedding is because it's not as dusty as pine shavings. You can definitely use pine shavings, but the ducks are inside my home and I didn't want something super dusty. So what we do now is we put the hemp bedding down, and we try to favor just one side, the side that gets the water over here with the paint tray. We typically don't really put the bedding over there. Again, this is the stuff we're trying out, and this is what we're currently doing. This is all new to us, but this is how you learn, right? You try something, you do it. And so we make this nice and soft for them. Okay. And again, this is where the water and the food will go on here as well. But I still put this, the shelf liners on here because again, I feel like I don't want them to get right to the hemp bedding. So we put this on, and I put one on that tray as well. The rest of the shelf liners are outside drying, so I'll show you real quick how we do that. So during summer, it's been great. Obviously, I highly recommend if you ever get ducks. So far, we've learned summertime is a great time to get it. You don't have to worry so much about the temperature because it is always hot and sunny. So these are our shelf liners. You saw a lot of those videos, my kids, when they do their chores. This is how we clean them. We bring them out and we just hose them off, and then we let them dry in the sun, and then they get nice and dry and clean, and then we go and we put them inside the brooders. So I'm gathering up all these. All right, now we can go and finish making the brooder. All right, so thanks for that little detour. So we put these on. One of these goes on where the food and water is going to go. Actually, nowadays that's just the water, where the water goes. And I'm going to put another one on here so they can't, again, reach, even though we notice that they still get to it. But I'm hoping now that they're older that they realize, hey, that's not really food. We don't really need to eat that. All right, so that's that. Yeah, so the other thing I forgot to mention that has worked out great for us, since we do have dogs, and is getting a lid. And my husband just cut out the top, and then we put this hard wire, 1/4 inch hard wire on top with some zip ties, and that works really great as a nice protective lid for the ducks, so they are always safe. Nothing can get to the ducks. As you can see, our heat lamp in here, they're getting to the point where I have a feeling we're not going to really need it much anymore. We have kept raising it, and we've noticed that they kind of sit less and less underneath it. Every once in a while they go underneath it, but in general they don't really use it that much. So I definitely think here in a few days we might actually be removing this from it. So you can see it does get dirty. But again, the dirt, the smell, and all that stuff just doesn't bother me. Like, they're animals. You just take care of them, you clean it. It's not that big of a deal. So these are our girls. Hi, girls. Hi, ducks. You guys doing good? You get a whole new clean one. All right, so one ways of doing this, I take off the lid. All right. right, girls, you guys ready? So I typically have this and I move them sometimes depending if their food is, I always give them fresh water, but I don't like to leave them in here with food, so I usually take out the food and stuff first. I don't like them having access to food without having access to water. So I usually always, excuse me, can you get off the food real quick? So I remove the food, and that's when I go and clean it or do anything that I need to do with the food. So again, this brooder is all ready to go. So what the girls and I like to do is we usually move the heat lamp over and the ducks over. So then I'm gonna take the grit out. I just do a little bowl of grit. So now all they have in there is water. But just for a quick second, this is when I think I'm eventually gonna need more backups of water, so you really just have one clean one ready to go. So then I take out the water, and I go and clean it and give them fresh water. Then I put everything back in. So then I take it over to my sink. You can do this outside. I'm just for ease right now, I'm just showing you guys inside. So I take this out. I clean everything, and then I give them nice fresh water. So I clean that, rinse this off. When I clean all this off, get it all nice and clean for them, then I'll fill it up with nice clean water. Then you'll see me put it all back together. All in all, this takes us probably about 15 to 20 minutes to do. Especially if the brooder's already ready to go, like the food and water are ready, then it takes even quicker. But, all right, just lightly get that dried a little bit. Then I'm gonna get this fresh water. I do this quick, as fast as I can, because I know I want them back with nice fresh food and water. But again, at the nighttime one, I use the gallon one, and it's all ready to go. So they would have already been in their brooder with water. But I haven't bought a second half-gallon one for the day. I'll probably will maybe buy another full gallon. Anyway, learning the process of what works and doesn't work. So, whoops, I gotta go this way. So then I just put it in, I dump it over, and I put it in, make sure it's all working, I make sure it's filling up. Sometimes I move it around just to want to make sure the water's coming out, and it is. And then this is when I will grab the girls. Girls, you guys ready for a nice clean brooder? Yeah? Okay, come here, girls. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whoops. Whoop. 1. My kids usually do this, so the ducks are much more used to them than they are me, but they're getting used to me. Come here. Come here, girls. Come here. Good job, Willow. Ooh, there you go, Willow. All right, come here. I don't know, I think you're Grace. Grace, come. Grace. Come here, sweetheart. Ooh. Okay. You're okay, you're okay. Here you go. Now they have a fresh, nice, clean brooder. And then I add in their heat lamp. Even though I told you they don't really use their heat lamp much anymore, but I still like to offer it for a few more days, and then we'll probably take it out. So that's pretty much it, and then I'll slide it back over, and then I'm just gonna add in their food in there. There you go, girls. Look at that, all nice and clean. All right, here's fresh food. Yeah, sweethearts, and then this over here, the grit. There you go. You guys gonna make it all nice and dirty, I know. All right, so getting the next brooder all ready for the evening. Assistant is here. My assistant here, we've got the sheet. So again, this is just an old baking sheet. I got another one from the dollar store, so nothing fancy. We just put it in at the end. And then we just put another liner. We just cut all these to fit when we got them. I'll link all the duck supplies below this video so you can see exactly everything that we got, and everything's just, this system just works. We'll have our nighttime water will go on this. I'll put the food here, the grits, and then the heat lamp, and then them. And yeah, so that's it. As you can see, one of our wheels fell off already. So this is them. One of them does like to lay right on the food, which we all find hilarious. We think it's Hope. They're almost 3 weeks, a few days off from being 3 weeks old, so I'm assuming around 3 weeks. I saw some people say when I was researching earlier that technically that's when you could possibly take it off, especially if you live in a warm environment, and we're in hot summer, which
hot summer Florida,
hot summer Florida, so it's super hot here. And it's just, this has just been such an easy process for us for first time duckling owners, and obviously more videos to come on the whole outside. Now we're learning how to predator-proof stuff for outside. That's my next biggest project and fear. I don't want anything to happen to them, but I know life happens, it does. But if you guys have any questions about our brooder setups or any of the equipment that we have used so far, I hope this was helpful for anybody else who's considered getting ducks, or maybe you've had ducks but you didn't like your brooder setup, so next time you do it, maybe you'll try out. One of the things I have, my lovely assistant, my sister, who's amazing, who again doesn't complain, she just comes and helps out. But these have just been such a joy, such a blessing in our lives. And again, I can see my kids are already growing to them, learning to take care of something, and having them have more responsibilities around the house, I think is going to really help them grow in their character.
Yeah, and it's something that, you know, Laura and I have been sharing our lives over the years online, and never thought we would be filming this type of video.
No.
So God has definitely worked in Lori's heart, my heart, and we even have another sister who has property and she's considering doing certain things. So it's just been quite fun. Excited to see, yes, how this impacts Madison and Lila as they grow up and
yeah, just excited for this journey. We know it's going to be a lot of hard work, but us as Christians, we are called to work and steward things, take care of the world that God has placed us in. Not only is that humans, of course, are top priority, animals in the land are other things to take care of. But I don't know, I'm just really excited for this journey. And these are sleeping right here. Such beautiful, beautiful, amazing, funny creatures that God created.
End the video out here showing, so at their 2-week mark, introduced water to them, and so I'll show end this clip out kind of showing the journey of just the fun day we had. We're still figuring out her garden. Laura and I are not green thumb people.
A lot of
mom is, but we are not, and we wish our grandma was still around because she grew up on a farm with big family, and so it's just like we wish now she was around, we could ask questions.
Well, some of my friends who already have this stuff, they said, Lori, wait till you have rainy season, which we're in rainy season now. Really wait and see where water and things get over lots of water in your yard, and then see where shade is. So we're learning all that stuff. So even though I really want to go start building, I'm also trying to wait in the patience of slowly figuring things out, planning things out. And so I'm hoping more in the fall is when we can actually start, I guess, breaking ground in a way, like really start getting things
and like
ready.
Researching. That took you guys months researching what breed of ducks and all that stuff. Now Laura and I are researching what do we want to grow, try to grow, things like that.
And I can just keep growing and expanding each year, but like what do I want to start with? So anyway, we again hope this video was super helpful for you guys. Of course, in the YouTube world, we really appreciate your support by subscribing, commenting, sharing our video with others so our video can be seen by more and more people. All right, friends, that's it from us today. We'll see you in the next video.